Hey there everybody, welcome back to the Getting Dirty Off-Road channel. This video, we're going to see if we can clean up the cylinders on this Ford engine. This is the black Ford, you know how it's been going. One problem leads to another. Well, you know, that's pretty much everything. But so far, with my block inspection, of course it's out because there's two freeze plugs out. Then I got worried that the head gaskets were bad and decided to pull those off. And over here, number 8, she's got a mighty fine rusty trail in a peculiar place in the cylinder, which does actually lead me to believe it's probably my fault after washing the engine. So if you haven't seen any of this up to this point, head on back, dig around. I might have a little something up here for you to see, or over there. I don't know how those guys do it. You'll find them. Go back, check them out. We'll get going on this. I'm going to use a little bit of this Scotch-Brite. We're going to see if we can clean these cylinders up just enough that I don't have to spend very much money. Trying to do this on a budget. Kick it out there, send it down the highway, but I just can't give it away like this. I can't even give it away, knowing that something's wrong. So let's see if we can get it cleaned up. Now, this is not by any means my permanent fix. I'm playing to see if I can get back down to the cylinder wall and zip it with a hone. You know, there's still plenty to do before we can get to that, but we're here, so I thought let's check it out. Now she's definitely piling up in my fingernails, so maybe I'll take something I can lightly scrape this away to start with. As long as I don't find any big grooves underneath it or bad pits. We might have caught it in time, so see if we can get this smoothed up. Well, I like what I'm seeing so far. I think I'm going to call a buddy of mine, just, second opinion. Why not? It's going to come around. I know it is. Fingers, let's cross everything again. Well, I've just been getting the top edges of these cylinders with a little Scotch-Brite pad here. This one back over here that the rust trail was in. I mean, I had to do that after I washed it. I put it on the stand. I had it sitting. I mean, the rust is on the top of the cylinder. That doesn't just happen if it's sitting like it's supposed to. So probably got some down the exhaust through the valve into the cylinder, but I've actually been able to just kind of buff it right off pretty easily with this Scotch-Brite. So I'm thinking that's going to clean up pretty well. Not finding any crazy grooves anywhere, so we'll probably just be able to zip a hone down it and be good to go. But just for funsies, I've been rolling the pistons around and checking all the cylinders, and the way I've been doing that is I got myself a ratchet up here on the front on the pulley, on the bolt, and then I'm just moving it until I get the piston down in the bottom of the cylinder, and then I'm giving myself a little inspection process here. Looked at the camshaft from both angles. I don't really see any problems there. It looks pretty good. Had a friend come over. He took a look. He's a Ford guy, sometimes you gotta call on the guys that know things. He didn't seem to worry too much about how it looked. No, let's see. Let me get you down in there where you can see. So you can see, I mean, it's still a bit of a stain, but you can see where that's come off of there pretty good. And You know, I can still feel it with my nail there, but as I do, it's coming off with my nail. So there's no scored lines in there. There's no damage to the metal. It looks like that was all surface stuff. So I think it's going to hone right off and be good to go. Okay. I've run through all of the cylinders. Gave it a little bit of a Scotch-Brite scuff. Not much of a carbon ring on the top of the cylinders, really. So that's good. You can just barely feel a small ridge. So that's good. This cylinder here, that's number 8. That's the one that had the rust in the top of the cylinder. When you look, you know, the valley, top, bottom. Top up here, bottom at the bottom of the stroke. I don't know how you guys want to look at it. Right now, the way she sits, the west side of the cylinder had some rust from being on the stand turned on its side. Checked everything else, didn't really find that anywhere else, so for sure I did that. I would say, and that piston was all the way in the bottom of the bore, so I would say she was getting ready to blow the exhaust, got some water in the manifold, through the valve right into the cylinder. It happens. Overall though, everything's clean, didn't find any deep grooves anywhere. Scotch-Brited everything. Now, I can't leave it like that. I mean, it's a dirty old mess. We just can't. Heads are off. We're gonna go ahead and hit her with the hone. Just a quick, let's put some cross hatches back in there, clean the cylinders up, good to go. So that's where we're sitting right now. Only trouble is we've got some of these bang makers in the way. So I'm gonna have to do that. That's gonna be a separate video. We'll come back here with the old dip the hone in and out action. Okay, I have rolled this thing around, I don't know, let's call it 69 times. Inspecting on the block and looking at things and deciding where to go with it. And these cylinder walls, you know, they're actually pretty good shape. So what I've decided to do is just clean everything really well and put it back together. So before I get too crazy, I don't want to take the crankshaft out, which maybe that's a mistake. I don't know. But I want to wrap those journals for the rods with a paper towel, a little bit of tape before I really get to shooting any kind of cleaning action. So this is what I've decided to do, just to keep any of my cleaning product or gunk or debris or whatever have yous out of those oil ports on the journals there. So there's my paper towel. You know, and it's gonna collect some debris and junk and whatnot, but if I'm careful, I'll keep it out of the important stuff. And like I said, maybe this is a mistake, but once again, I don't know what I'm doing here. It's just random thoughts, ideas that I have had, you know, when I can't sleep at night because I'm thinking about things. Trying to do things the lazy way, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Is it gonna work or is it not? If it does, I'll look like a hero. If it doesn't, I guess I'll start over. So something like that. Like I said, all I'm trying to do is protect the machine surface from anything that I shoot down the holes for cleaning and all of those things. So that's my idea. Probably not a good one, but that's how I'm gonna do it. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and hone these cylinders. We're gonna have to be careful because the crankshaft's still in there, but I want to clean this gooey stuff off. I mean, you want a little bit of oil on your hone, I think, but I don't think we want this sticky stuff. So we're just gonna clean on that a little bit. A little bit of hand wash, you know, it works for everything. But right now the purpose is just to get the sticky stuff that might plug up the honing stones and make a mess. Get that all wiped out of the cylinders, each one of them. You know, but as far as the way they feel, like small ridge here on the top, just like would be normal. That's the top of the stroke for the piston. But each one of the cylinders looks really good. No scratches of any sort of deep anything. In fact, I couldn't get a fingernail on anything in any of them. So that's great. I didn't really want to have any kind of machine work done. I didn't even really want to hone it, but you can see, sorta, I guess. They all look really good, actually. I don't see a whole lot of cross-hatching left in any of them from the original factory honing, you know, during the assembly. I don't really see a whole lot anywhere left, but I don't have any gouges, so we'll zip a hone in there and call her a day. Okay, it is now time to run the hone. I'm sure I could have got it with a ball hone, but the stone hone is what I have. And this took me a minute to get figured out. So, this is what I've got. Gonna drop a little ATF on there, on everything, obviously. Gee whiz. Some of it I might get on there. But we just want a little bit of something to lube it just a bit. Hello. You gotta like those packing packages. Air bombs. Okay, let's see if we can twist my face off here. Get it going the right way. And really, that should be just about all it needs. It's pretty good, but I am going to tighten up this stone a little bit. One more time, tighten her up just a little bit more. Now the reason we're doing this is the surface is just too smooth. We need to rough it up just a little bit for our new rings, and then that way they'll actually seat in there and seal up properly. With it being nice and smooth, you put the new rings in there, it's not going to work out so good. Okay, let me bring you around here now that I've hand washed a little bit. I'll tell you what. Take you off the stand so you can see it up close. You can see how we're scratched up there. Cross hatching is what it's called, I guess. Now, we're not going for perfect here. We're just going for scuffed up so the new rings will seat properly. And I think that's about as far as I'm gonna go. Now, of course, I'll have to do some cleanup because when you look over there, you can't see much, but hand washed it there. Looks pretty good, I think. So I'll do that to each one of them and clean it up good. Oh, hey, another one of those. Can't remember when I started, but we need to get finished. Cylinder wall cleaning, honing, re-cleaning, oiling, cleaning. Let's get these cylinders finished. How about that? So, throw some music on. Nobody's picked any kind of music, so you get what you get. But crank it up, because we're going to get it done. getting back to finishing this video here. Got all the cylinders cleaned up. They're not perfect. I'm not trying to make them perfect either. Just wanted to scuff them up. We can set those new rings in there and actually get a seal. Maybe this thing will run, you know. It'll be amazing. So like I said, for now, cleaning those cylinders, zipping the hone. That's probably where we're going to stop this video. We'll come back with sliding the pistons back in at some point in time. You know, I only started, I don't know when I started, but here we are finished with this video. Stick around, there'll be more. I'm trying to get all these done. I've actually run into some time to do things. Maybe. The only thing left to do here now, since we have clean, shiny, open to all sorts of particles and atmospheres, and the last thing to do right now is to bag it. So I got me one of these great big, buy it from the hardware store bags, you know, they're big. And that's where we're going to do that. This is basically just to keep the floating dust particles out of it, mostly. You're never going to keep the moisture in the air out. So if I don't get back to these pistons relatively soon, I'll come back and spray a little lube on those cylinders and try to keep that noise out of it. But I'm hoping to get right into this here pretty quick. So at the moment, I'm just catching up video clips and you guys will see what happens. So appreciate you guys watching. I think it's cool. Let me know what you guys think, because irregardless, I'm going to do it. You know, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it anyway, because I got to get off that couch. You know, she'll really suck a guy into those TV shows, but done chasing kids for most part, so let's get this thing going again and see what happens. If you could, click the like. Maybe you didn't like, whichever, doesn't matter. Subscribe though, that's a ticket. It's free. That's what all the kids are doing these days, apparently, somebody told me. But I would appreciate it if you did. Follow along. If you didn't see the video before this, check it out. It's probably over here somewhere maybe. But go back, check us out from the start. This is the Black Ford project. We're going to try to get it running, and I don't know, might end up keeping it. But either way, you guys let me know what you think, and I surely do appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.